board to get together. You're in a large audience still here, and we are here together to do the business of the board. We do have former member Alan Gonter here. Let's have a hand for Mr. Gonter. Thank you.
Hey.
You must be lovely tonight that he's here.
Hey,
and
Annette.
we're here to provide. Okay, now the time is 5 to 12, and the public should be apprised. The public should be apprised. The public should be apprised that the next meeting of the Lakewood Board of Education is June 1st. That's when the party will be for the Teachers of the Year and other board business. And it will be at the board meeting June 1st here. 6:30 will be the closed session, 8 o'clock, and it will be advertised June 1st. It will be on the website. I defer to Ms. Miller. Okay, there is an agenda with several addendum and revisions. So if we can ask you just if the board is, could we have a roll call at this hour, please?
Mr. Greenspan?
Here. This is just if you're here or not.
Mrs. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Seidler?
Here.
Mr. Silver?
Here.
Mr. Tiff?
Here.
Mr. Slankin? Mr. Friedman?
Right here.
And Mr. Gunn.
Yeah.
Okay, please do. Yes. Okay, we're here. If I could have a second, I'm sorry. Ms. Miller, if you could please let the public and the board know there are several revisions to the agenda. If you could read them, please.
The first revision is on page 22, item 6, to move Margaret O'Connor from item 6 to item 5. The second revision is on page 23 and 24, item C. Number 1, Rachel Brockfeld. Number 5, Teresa Kolojeski. Number 6, Leah Kornblum. Number 8, Tahila Perlstein. Number 9, Miriam Slanger from the non-renewal, and add them to item G on page 26, reappointments. The third revision is page 32, item number 11, correction to Jennifer Fennell's position should read clerical assistant.
Those are the revisions to the main agenda.
Yes.
Okay, so let us do this first.
And addendums hopefully.
There are addendums, Mr. President. We're looking if we could do the agenda or addendum first, but whichever you so desire. We just, Mrs. Silva, or Mr. President, we did meet with affected employees in closed session. I believe it was 2. Carol is no longer here. Janice. Hi. Just so the board had a question for the union leadership, if they don't mind. Janice is here, and Carol is here still. Did all the employees who are affected get a written letter saying they have the right to meet with the superintendent and speak, or even a copy to you? Is that yes?
They got, yes, a letter that said they could meet with the superintendent.
Okay, and then the next question, we're just trying, because the board is trying to understand the process. Did, how many, if you recall, took the opportunity, without names please, to meet with the superintendent or assistant superintendent?
I believe it's still ongoing also, because there's still meetings happening.
Okay, how many meetings have occurred?
There were 6 yesterday.
So 6? Okay, 6. All right. Thank
There
you.
are people who are requesting that we still need to meet.
All right, well, that would be to Rosie Carey, 905-3636. Did anything stop him from making requests till this evening?
You need to meet with the board?
Yeah, to meet with the board.
Well, the normal process is...
No, to meet with the superintendent. Did anyone try to meet with the superintendent and was told no?
Not that I know of. They technically can't be denied a meeting with the superintendent.
So that's what we're just making clear about. We just want to make sure, no, that we heard all kinds of rumors.
At times there's confusion of the process. Whether
But
they
you know
meet
the
with
process.
Superintendent, and then after they meet with the superintendent, they can meet with the board.
But you, as the union, and I say this respectfully, advise them of that, correct?
Every senior rep was advised, I hand delivered the letters, that the senior reps, some of them have been here a while, they were told what they were supposed to advise the staff member that they could or could not do, and it's written on the information that we give them. Each one got 4 sheets that explain what their non-tenure, non-renewal rights are. If you want a copy of it, I happen to have what I give to them here with me.
If you would give that to Ms. Medina to bring to me now, since I know you're recovering from.
I'm not an invalid.
Oh, well, they do bring it, all right, I'm trying to
She
be
can bring
nice.
it to you.
See that, you can't win here, you really just can't win here. Okay, so as you bring it, or someone, that should answer some of the questions the board had. So we have the addendum as amended, no, we have the agenda as revised and corrected. Ms. Silva, this is, there was meetings with 2 employees, I believe. Do you have any recommendations or anything you want to discuss about that? That would be by way of leaving it, whatever. Do you have anything to say, or just do it
Yeah,
as?
there are no changes in the recommendations that I've made, with the exception of one individual.
Okay, and well, you would,
But
this,
I'm holding to the recommendations I made. It's 12 o'clock.
I know it's 12 o'clock, but the way we, you made a recommendation,
I made
so can we all know it?
recommendations, Yes, yes.
What page would that be?
Since it's a new day, is this a new
I have been given several pages which I will review this morning.
I may have misunderstood what we had agreed upon as the inside.
Well, we didn't agree upon anything.
Well, one of the things that we discussed was that
Can you clarify when you say "we," please?
we, as in the board and myself,
Thank you. So, on the agenda, from what I understand, and you can correct me, there are 29 and 11, I think the number is, which some have been already revised by you through Lisa Miller. Is that right, Lisa? Are there any further or anything else? You saw 2 employees.
I saw 2 employees, and for the reasons I expressed to the board, there's a question about one.
Okay, would you like to tell us, so there's a question, so, okay, so what are you advising the board to do based on your agenda?
With the exception of one individual, I would like the rest of it to be approved.
Maybe it's.
And that individual is, if
What
the
page?
board wants to know, it's on page 5, number 13.
We're pulling out from the agenda. Please.
That's only the superintendent, correct, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Okay.
Can we have some soft piano music playing in the background?
And hors d'oeuvres. Okay. Okay. Is there any questions on the agenda?
Yes. All right, through the chair, I have a question. Page 9, number 7. And also, page 23, letter I. Ms. Burton, I believe, her salary is $63,000, but I see here that she also receives a stipend of $300 a month. Do you know what that is for?
Miss Dr. McCora or Miss Silva?
Ms. Burton is the coordinator of curriculum for the early childhood center.
Okay.
Are there other questions?
Yeah, but what does the stipend do exactly? I don't understand.
Doctor or Mrs.?
Ms. Burton has other obligations in the special ed department, so this was in addition to.
You said you had several questions.
Oh, yeah, I do. Well, we didn't vote yet, but I would like to, oh, yeah,
He had another question.
yeah, I'm sorry.
And it is late, and you
Yeah, it
work,
is late.
and I work,
Page 6, number 20.
and you work.
I'd also like to table that as well.
Which number?
20?
20, page 20?
Yes, no,
Sorry.
page 6.
Page 6, number 20. You'd like to table, oh,
I'll second.
hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it, the music went quick, Doctor, or Reverend Pastor. The
Can I
piano.
get Sam to play something?
It's going back to drums now. You're suggesting, Mr. Tiff,
Yes.
that page 6, number 20 be tabled.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Saqueo, saqueo.
Remember, I know a little. Sister Rachel, how are you?
Also, Mike, number page
Can I go a little lower?
I get silly after 12.
I do also bacalao. And that's not meant derogatory. It's a smelly fish. I'm sorry, I get silly too.
Excuse me, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just talking with Pastor.
Michael, one second, please.
I'm sorry, but can we remove number 20, not table it?
Let me think about that. Okay.
same thing. Okay. It's the same thing. Okay.
Through the chair, I have one question.
I'll take on.
I still have one more question.
Well, do we have Mr. Tiff,
Oh, you have to do one at a time.
okay, so we're writing down what you're saying. One is to table or remove page 620. And the other thing was
Page 2, letter J.
page 2, letter J.
There is a discrepancy in the amount back in March 28, 2011.
Are you asking to remove that?
Yes, I'm asking to remove it,
Remove that.
pending, further
Review.
fact finding, yes.
Okay, good, Mr. Seiler. So page 2, J is to remove pending further review. Page 6 is table or remove number 20. I don't mean to make more friends or lack thereof, but let me just tell you the statute so no one says I didn't tell you. May 15th is a holy day in the land of education, and if you are not notified, I'm just tired. May 15th you have to be notified, and Union can correct me. You have to be notified if you're going to be renewed or not. That was done. The superintendent is recommending, well, also page 5, Mr. Tiff, are you going along with the we don't have to, so that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
Page 5, number 13, the superintendent took off.
Yeah,
there.
she took that off the table.
So I don't, you're not, no disrespect, the board is not needed for that.
Yes.
But number 620, the superintendent is recommending action be taken regarding that. She has not, unless I missed it, changed her mind.
No, I have not.
Okay, so you're asking to remove it or table it would have consequences. You do have the option not to agree and vote no to that. So that would be the safer way to go. Well,
Okay, we'll just vote no on that then. So I have another question. So this late, I know everybody's tired. Page two, letter M, approval for a personnel labor consultant. What exactly?
as the Taylor, Whalen, and Hibbeneth was left off last agenda, they do advise us, Mr. Hibbeneth advises us regarding issues, union issues, which we have, employee issues at times. It's as needed, sir, and they've done this for many years.
Are they a good lawyer?
They're very good at what they do, which we have used them less because of numerous reasons which I'm not going to discuss here.
They look very cheap.
Cheap is not always good. You had a cheap lawyer here for many years. I believe you lost 73 cases. But if we can go on. What else?
You were source.
It's good that we all, maybe we should start these meetings, Pastor, from now on at 12. Go on.
You were source.
Pastor, please let's stay with the music. Remember the piano music?
Did you still sue us?
Are there any other questions?
Yes.
Suing
Page 23I, the stipend for the preschool coordinator, is that from state funds or is that from the local funds?
Dalvin McCora, could you answer that?
I'm sorry, this is
Page 23I.
The $1,500 a month stipend for Mrs. Burton, is that from state funds or local funds for the preschool coordinator?
I always have to check, like, the local fund.
The preschool for regular ed children are paid for by state funds, but the coordinator is paid from local funds?
I think the stipend is, I'm not, I would, may I walk, I'm handed the budget over to somebody else.
It does. You're right.
Oh, yeah. I need other things. I need a bench, bed, blanket.
Dr. McCoy, I tried to check over
Staples comes from general fund.
Thank you.
We're trying to get what was done here. What we understand now is that, page 2J is being removed. Is that correct, Mr. Tipp?
Yes.
And Miss Silva removed Janet Hendry. Is that right, Miss Silva?
Yes, it is.
Is that your decision, Miss Silva?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Tracy, did I miss it? Anything else?
Yeah, no.
Wait, page 6.
Page 620.
Yeah, the 620, that's the superintendent's recommendation. You can vote no if you want. So page 6, or you can abstain. So, hold on. Where is Bob Finger? We just want to be clear what they're voting on. We need one more second, Lisa, to get this. No. We're having a party next time. Okay, so if you, let me just explain this, if we're clear, Ms. Silva, I need your help, Dr. Macora, and Lisa Miller. If you vote yes now, you are voting to accept the agenda as written, with the only change being, okay, well, let's do it this way. Let's call a roll first, Ms. Lisa. Yeah, there's a motion to remove item J on page 2. That was made by Mr. Tiff. That was seconded by Mr. Seitler. Please do a roll call on that so we can get that off the agenda.
Okay, Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Ms. Macchio?
Yes.
Mr. Seitler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
Yes.
Mr. Slankin? He's not here, sorry. Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Grunat?
Yes.
Okay, so that is now off the agenda, so if you would vote yes, don't worry, you're not voting for item J. Item 5/2013 is off already, so if you vote yes, it does not have any effect on page 5, number 13. And finally,
I make a motion, basically a motion, I don't make a motion. You pulled it, I want to make it, just take it off and don't worry about it.
which one?
Number 20 on page 6, to remove it.
If you remove it, that means that you have missed the May 15th and that person is renewed.
Correct. That's correct.
What?
Second.
What, Ms. Cousins?
Can I ask a question? As you all are moving through, I just still have a question about on page 23, 15,000 per month. That's not enough salary.
1,500.
1,500, excuse me, per
Okay.
month.
Well, you could, thank you. We thought you were helping us with employee union issues. Are there any other? Okay. We'll get to you. Is there anything else that needs, well, there's,
Well, it's a motion on the table.
okay, your lawyer has advised you, I can only do that. To remove 620, I have so advised you what the ramifications of are now. But you need not take my advice.
Okay.
So you need, is it seconded by who? Mr. Greenspan.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Ms. Macchio?
Yes. Beat him up, what are we gonna do?
Mr. Seitler?
Just one question for the attorney. Per your advice, is there any difference between voting yes here or voting no on the agenda?
Yes, there is.
What is it?
Legally, I would think you would be better protected if you vote, if you want to vote no, than removing it.
Then I'll vote no on this motion.
I said that clear. Someone look.
You didn't say it clearly.
Okay.
So it's something you didn't understand.
Okay. So are those people who voted, did they not understand I wasn't clear? I'm so sorry.
Neither did I was not clear enough.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It is. I'm sorry.
I think you just was telling me.
Take back that motion, Mr. Greenhouse.
Okay.
And I pull my motion.
So then that is pulled. Now, if you want to do something on 620, which I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, you can vote yes, that means it stays, and no means it's off. Got it now? Was I clear? Okay. All right. So now, if you vote yes, you have the right to vote yes, no, or abstain on the agenda.
Through the chair, I have a question on page 9. There's a Title I payment for $10,000 to Torah Masora. Could you elaborate on that? Page 9.
Lisa, do you have an answer to that? 'Cause
It's for a professional development workshop for non-public schools.
Thank you.
So are we ready for the agenda to be voted on as we discussed? It doesn't include, as Lisa read her thing, as Lydia said her thing, as Tracy said his thing, as everyone said their thing. Just so you know, Ms. Miller is writing me a note, which you could say. Go ahead.
By removing item J on page 2, there may be a legal issue regarding this since work was performed. We are obligated to pay the vendor.
Okay?
Through the chair. Mike, with that said, like I said, back at May 28th agenda, the numbers just don't add up.
And that's why I thought you were correct to ask for clarification.
Yes, clarification.
So we're gonna have
We're not gonna pay it, we need to further investigate.
And that's a responsible thing to do.
Yes, yes.
So while people threaten to bring attorneys here all day and night, God bless the legal community, he's simply asking for, so I would be comfortable with the clarification. We are removing, you can't pay him until we get further clarification, I guess he's saying.
Yes.
Through the chair,
Yes.
just to clarify, the vote was not to vote no, the vote was to table it, correct? And I don't think there could be any legal ramifications if we table it until the next meeting.
Well, Lisa's saying she can't pay him, which is true.
Okay, we'll wait. We waited long enough for the service.
Okay, now that that's said and done, can we look at the agenda and vote? Is there anyone making a motion, or?
Is the May 15th deadline also for non-aligned personnel?
Is the May 15th? You want to give me, I'm just trying to think what page you're looking at?
22-8.
22-8. Actually, no, again, I'm sorry, I have to think. 22-8, I don't see anything. Oh, 23. It starts on the bottom. The first item on page 23, that person has a contract that continues, I believe, for another year. I am tired. That person can correct me, she's sitting here. Ms. Silva, your contract has been approved already. This is,
That's just a formality, right?
I don't know for formality, but she does have a binding contract. The next individual, and Deborah, if you could correct me, please, if need be. Deborah was hired as a supervisor, correct, Deborah?
Originally, I was hired as a supervisor, correct?
Yeah, I'm just going through the history.
Yeah, sorry.
And was made assistant superintendent a year, do you recall when?
September.
Oh, September 15th. Okay, so,
So it's good till September, right?
well, no, it's good through June, isn't it, Deborah?
Yeah, June 30th,
So it expires June 30th.
correct.
So,
What I'm asking is that could we, wait till the end of the year, see the scores, see how the year worked out before making a decision?
can you? You can do whatever you want, apparently, but legally, Dr. McCoy is not aligned. Doctor, if you know any different, please. I didn't bring my bag today, my box with wheels, but you're not aligned. If you don't vote on this, her contract goes through June. You can do it at a later time. She has a valid contract through June. So the answer, unless I'm wrong, is yes. We could wait. Not suggesting you do that or not do that, but it's different than aligned teachers May 15th.
What happens to July 1st? This one.
Well, then that person doesn't have a contract, sir.
Through the chair. I don't think that agreeing to the test scores out that Dr. McCoy has been in that position long enough in order to see any results. Maybe to see results, but have their plan that they have take effect. You kind of really need more time in order to do that. I think she's been superintendent for 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. Less than 9 months as superintendent. So when the test scores do come out, that would not be a fair estimate on her skills as a superintendent. Do you
And
think
they'll
that's
come,
so?
yes, I do. And they won't come out until the end of August, and we have to analyze them. And the state does the first analysis, and then they get into it. So one of the unfortunate things is that they have never contracted anyone to give us immediate test results.
There's a delay effect, unfortunately. As we heard tonight, there's all other effects, but there's a lot of effects. Okay. Is there a motion yet made?
Now that the dust are down the board, does the motion mean that you're voting yes on the whole agenda?
Is there a motion to move, let me just,
That includes attendance?
Oh, it's ended.
we didn't get to attendance yet. We just got to changes, revisions, because of meetings with employees and other such things. A motion, I need a second. A motion, Mr. Seidler, remind me of my previous ruling.
A motion to move the agenda is just to move the agenda, does not obligate you to any specific votes. That was the ruling.
Yeah, well, the ruling was a little more complicated than that. I'm not sure if you yourself had a clear idea, but that's more or less what it was.
Okay. So to move it doesn't mean you're voting yes if that's what you like to say, move it. So if you say move it, and you clearly say it's not to vote, it's for voting purposes, not yes, is that what you're saying? Okay, is there a second to move it, but that doesn't mean yes?
So we're moving the whole agenda.
Yes, as Deborah, as Lisa, as Trace, as the discussion occurred. Okay? So, all right, so now we need a vote. We did have a second, I thought. Seidler first did it, and who seconded it?
I'll second it.
Mr. Grunhut. Okay, now we're ready to vote?
Any discussion?
Oh my God. It's 6:30, it's good.
Okay, Mr. Greenspan.
I would like to take things out.
Well, I know you're new, but let me give you whatever you want to do.
Incorrect, no problem.
You would vote yes on what you want to vote, no on you don't want to vote, abstain if that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I know it's yes. So I'm saying yes to everything until,
To assist you further, you could say no to the whole agenda, yes to the whole agenda, yes but for these things. You don't have to go page by page unless you want to.
okay, page 4,
Mr. Gonter, behave.
page 4, item 3, I would like to know. With page 6, item 20 is no. the rest of number 4 was good. No, I didn't say.
I'm sorry.
Everything until page 21, item 5, no. Page 21, item 5, no, through 22. Five starts at the bottom of 20.
Audience, please.
Item number 8, would like to abstain.
On page 22.
Page 22, correct.
Page 4.
Everything else I would like to, yes.
Sorry.
So number 5 was a no, and number 8 was a, what was number 8?
8 was abstained.
Ms. Micchio?
Yes, I abstain on page 5, number 13, and I abstain on page 26, number 20, and I abstain on the whole page 18.
Can you repeat that?
I think she
Yes, and
said,
everything else.
she said abstain,
Page
page 5, number 13.
It's removed.
Let it just please,
Whatever.
6, 20 abstain, and the entire page 13. Please don't help me. And abstain on what whole page?
Yes,
What page?
18.
18.
Mr. Seidler?
Okay, yes, I'm gonna vote.
Can you speak into the microphone?
Yes, I'll vote yes, but no to page 4, item 5, 6, and 7, page 6, item 20. Let's see here, page 21, page 21, item 5 through page 22, abstain on 8, through 23. Vote no on page 23, item I, and vote no on James Trishada on page 32.
I'm sorry, there is no way I can keep up with this late. I need you to repeat after page 22, number 8, abstain.
Okay, page 23, item I1, vote no. And on page 32, James Trishada. And page 4, number 3.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Page 4, number 3.
Page 4, number 3.
What is the response to that item?
No.
There's 2 number 3s on page 4.
Not on our page 4, number 3. It says Eileen Brent.
Look at the top.
Page 4. No, but that's under B. If you go, that's what you're trying to tell me, I guess. If you look on the bottom of that. Okay.
He's right.
Well, page 4, are you talking about
You
C3
should say D3
or B3? C3, that's what I said. You're right. B.
Mr. Silver?
Yes, with the exception of page 4, 3, page 4, number 5, page 6, number 20, no on page 22, 6, on page 21, 5, abstain on page 22, 7, and 8. No to page 23, I1. to page 32, the last name James Bishop. And Patrice Greenberg.
Mr. Tiff?
I just have one quick question. The paperwork that I gave you inside, would that reflect any, if I vote no on that, would that anyway, the paperwork that I gave you inside, the
Yes,
tabs that I had, if I vote no on that, would those items still be, any questions, the ones that I have and tagged?
If you vote no to the
No.
entire amount?
No, the paper that I gave
Just to
you,
the,
on the bill.
what I think he's saying is,
He gave me the bills.
Yeah, the
he
bill
gave
says,
you,
yes.
so if he would vote no to those items, everything else on that list would be yes, correct? Yes.
Yes, everything would be, okay. So one, okay, B and C, I vote no. Number 2J, no. Number, page
Wait,
5.
Lisa, okay, let me help with page 2, I'll help with
Page 2?
J,
No,
no.
I'm sorry, page 1,
I'm sorry.
B and C, no.
Okay, page 2J, no.
Page 2J, no. Page 5, 13, no. Page 6, 20, no. Page 9, Torah, am I saying that right? You sure? No on that. Page 23, letter I, number 1.
What was that, say it again?
Page 23, letter I, number 1.
23, I,
Number 1.
hold on, 23, I, number 1, okay.
And yes, everything else.
Okay, hold on.
Mr. Freeman?
Okay, I'm gonna, on page number 6, I'm gonna take Tracy's recommendation and vote no on 20, as well as 21 and 22 and 23.
Hold on, she has to write.
Go ahead.
On page 21, item 5, for lack of knowledge, I'm going to abstain. And page 22, item 8, for lack of knowledge, I am going to abstain.
And the remainder of the agenda?
I will vote yes, based on the superintendent's recommendation.
Mr. Brunhart?
6 on 20, no.
They can't hear you.
6, 20, no. 21, 5, 22, 8, I'm abstaining.
21, 5, 22, 8, you're abstaining.
The rest, yes.
Okay. Yes, abstain. Yes, and the rest was yes.
Okay, on page number 6, number 20.